chosen a seat bit further back for the return because my knee was up against that pole.
Yeah, for better view.
View-wise, it's slightly.
4 a.m. what makes you actually on the wheels? I just forgot about that.
Yeah. I forgot going over bumps. You'll further up because you're right above the wheel arches, so you'll feel that a bit more.
Imagine sitting downstairs on 2843 when I had the suspension broken in on number 10. So bouncing the head off the roof on it. And I was trying to refit the badly caught it.
That's how that 53 plate Mark 1 clips that Mackie's had. That's how that felt.
Like that.
Yes. And in some stages, depending on what road you were travelling along, it was even worse. That bus was a real bone shaker.
Worse than the Gemini?
Yes.
I've been on one Eclipse Urban that had suspension broken, so when you go on the A90 past the Morrison, you have a wavy bit of bouncy car.
I remember when I got off that Enviro 300 last night, and I thought that thing should not be on the road. Going by the noise it was making.
That street light yesterday should have been on the road.
No, but I think they took that off when it got into Stirling.
Alright, so we are going back in. This area's quite big. I've seen this bus turn into that junction there, so that's going to be quite tight. It was just past that abandoned. You see, some solos, I think, like the older solos, I think the struggle around these parts was the steering wheel. But other solos, about 100 EVs, the parts, I didn't think Evoras would actually do so well around these parts, did you?
What about the newer solos?
Yeah, I feel it. Do you think Evoras would be so good down these parts? I didn't think it would.
I was surprised when the driver said that they don't really get in trouble with youngsters not around here, it's more on the 41 to Lanark. Which, I mean, in a way I could kind of understand, you know, because
you wouldn't think about these parts of race, but no.
Last time I went down to Lanark it was quite rough down there. But
do you have any trouble yourself? Is that not the same guy that was on here?
I think so. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, did you get any bother with youngsters in Barnard? Did you get any bother with youngsters down there in Barnard?
No, I just mainly like sniggering and stuff like that. That's true.
Did you see there was a really bumpy road around your bit? The bus school.
Ah.
That's all.
Yeah, well, around my way, the one that's the bumpiest, I would say, is the road between Portsmouth down into Tilly. But it's getting pretty bad around Socky, between Alloa and Socky.
Well, it must not be a well maintained area, so for good reason.
No, the roads certainly aren't.
That's okay, you only go down that way, road to 51.
Yeah.
At least you're not on that one. I mean, they say you're on the 52 more than the 51.
No, but I mean, this morning I was a bit annoyed when the 52 came in at the street light, and then if I'd waited for the 324, it would have been a Gemini, and I would have been like, get in.
Oh no, we are going to say. The street light that was out yesterday that was breaking down, has that been back out today? Or?
No.
No. Oh yeah, we came down that big hill.
That's right.
I didn't notice when we were coming back. Coming down.
I'm going to be honest, I don't know this area at all. I suppose it's only natural. I mean, when was the last time I was around here?
No, I didn't notice you were going down that hill when we were sitting up front. Well, you can check when we get back to Glasgow if the game is still out now.
Yeah, 'cause I'm curious to find out what we're going to have.
I'm not complaining if it's a Sataro, I don't mind that. It was a Sataro last time. As long as the heat's not on, the heat was on last time.
As long as it's either Sataro, 400 MMC or Gemini, I don't mind. I'll take whatever's going.
It's been a while since 200 MMCs were on that route. I remember the Exploding D ones were on that.
Yeah.
They were good.
I was winding you up one time because he was on the 313, which is a school run from Balfron to Balloch, and he broke down just outside Balloch one day with one of the 200 MMCs. So I was winding him up and rewriting the choruses of Loch Lomond.
Aye.
Except what I did was, instead of saying "Where me and my true love," I went "Where me and my true love," and then Viral MMC spent some time on the banks of Loch Lomond, and then I went, it was there we
had to sing that.
It was there we partied in yon shady glen when it broke down on the A82.
Imagine you had to sing that.
I was winding him up for a couple of days about that.
I wouldn't say the heating's on.
I think it is. It is warm in here.
Yeah, and it's not even anything to do with the sun. I thought it was warm when I came in.
Oh, these two windows are open are fine. Right, I can try. There we go.
We met soon when we went on the 385 to Waterford, and I said it was roasting hot when you came on. I wasn't joking. You know that. The second you came in,
You must have been tired that night because as soon as we got on the 4040 to Waterford, or that day should I say, yeah, you fell asleep on the top deck of the bus. There's a little part of it on the live that I did of me turning the camera around and you're sitting there like this, fast asleep.
I've seen that actually. I don't know, I think it was just because it was such a long journey, stop, start. I didn't feel tired, you know, until that happened, but were you not tired?
I think from memory I was a little bit. Kind of glad I'm sitting.
That's the only bus journey that's actually broke me like that.
I think one. Is there anyone that's broke? Oh, I tell you what, one broke me quite a
I've been
bit.
in a rare sight seeing you sleep on a bus and it's usually you.
There was one journey that broke me. 35 Inverness to Aberdeen.
That's
That was a killer.
Mate, the train broke you from bloody Cardiff to Glasgow.
Yeah.
And you were walking around Central Station like a zombie for all 3 days. Yeah, Yeah. So what are you doing? Just filming the full train, or are you just doing the?
I'm not sure.
Or maybe if you do like a half an hour like video of pulling in, pulling away from each station, and maybe highlights to it. Half an hour, I don't know.
I'm not sure what to say yet.
But I don't think anyone's going to really watch an 11-hour journey, but still.
I mean, reduce it to a 13-hour video on the train. I
think this half an hour highlight thing would be cool.
I probably just look at it in little bits.
Yeah. So it's just like Steve Madison.
Yeah. I probably just like doing little bits, you know. Like 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there.
Yeah.
Until I'd watched everything that I wanted to.
And then once you're at the station, if you want to use the microphone, you can say you're in our approach in this place.
Well, I was going to do that at Buchanan Street, just to give my thoughts, and then I'll give it over to you if you wanted to see what you thought of this route.
Good route, nothing to complain about. AC could be on, and it's a bit longer than I thought.
I don't think this will have AC on it.
Apart from that, no, nothing to complain about. What the bus? I'm on just a 19 and 20 tape. 19's paired to paired to Blackford Arthur, so that take. Blackford's
45 minutes.
I think Blackford's further away than Blackford.
Bit the same.
And then 20's about the same as well.
Not sure actually. When you said 19, I thought you were meaning the Scythe to Ballingery.
No.
Scythe to Ballingery, I've actually done that, and that was about an hour and 40 minutes each way.
Which I don't understand, 19's so frequent.
Yeah.
Even though Ballingery's in the middle of nowhere.
It's because the other places in between, like the Scythe into Dunfermline, Cowdenbeath, Kelly and all that, they're quite popular, you know, people just want to travel between these places. I mean, I don't think there'll be many folk that will get on the Scythe and travel all the way to Ballingery.
No, I was talking about 19 from Perth to Blackpool. No, it can't be that far, surely. Blackpool's near Greenlow, man.
I take it, coming south on Dundee today, you went into Rockstein as well.
We stayed there for a couple of minutes.
And then it stopped at Dunblane. I think you didn't stop at like Inchshire and
No,
Walnut Grove. Well, I don't know if it stops at Walnut Grove. I think that's the one.
No, Walnut Grove is one.
Yeah, because I'm always forgetting
We went
Walnut
past.
Grove's on the Dundee side of Perth.
We went past Walnut Grove and followed the sign called Bridge of Ayr on the M92 from Edinburgh when I was in Hillhouse. So that gives you an idea of what we had to do for Dinrise. We had to cut through Cowdenbeath and go past Ferrytall and go to Cycle Perth and Dollar.
Yeah, I was having a little think about that diversion that you did, and that was a bloody long one.
It was. Yeah, I spent more time on country roads than I did because they were questioning and said, why did you go this way that way? Because Edinburgh Heathrow got a little bridge, so obviously Panorama I couldn't get past it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, because when you told me what way you were going, I thought, he's going the X54 way.
Uh-huh.
I mean, X54 doesn't go in Tenbrook even and that,
Sure.
but I can only assume that it was going that way because the
If you were
motorway was
with me,
closed.
you'd be but also it was pitch black outside, so you couldn't see anything. So if you were with me, you'd be questioning the same thing.
Yeah.
Especially how fast he was driving.
Well, literally just going like a bit of a hill.
Any bit of straight road. Like all the videos I was sending you, wasn't alone. I think that's what's at the residential now.
Yeah, we're heading back down into Hamilton Town Centre now, I think.
Could be back in the page. If M98 was still a thing, that'd be fun to do. I think I was really stunty down.
Where?
M98. The Stagecoach Bluebird used to run that, I think. But I seen a picture of a Stagecoach Bluebird once from Dover.
G9 would still be a good one, you know, if it was for non-stop Glasgow and Aberdeen.
You know, M98 was Dundee Derby. I'll need to see if there's any pictures of it still. So. I mean, a short haul M8 to get Watson. One of these could do it fine, I think.
Quite easily.
City Link Express. Yeah, City Link operating Volvo and Motor, City One.
We'll be more than welcome as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, I know, that means easy. Imagine Flixbus getting their hands on one of these. I wouldn't fancy having a, wouldn't fancy seeing a Flixbus.
Stefan was telling me that he thinks that the Volvo Elite is losing its crown as the king of wood just now. He thinks that's going to the 9700. It might have a point, because if you think about it, a lot of companies are buying 9700s now.
But a lot of companies still have the Elite. Yeah, no,
Yeah, I know.
What I would say, Elite still has it for now. But the same with their 9700.
Yeah.
I think the 9700, I think, the way I see it, the Platson Profile was successor to the Platson Premier. Platson Panther was successor to the Profile. Elite was a successor to the Panther. And the 9700 is successor to the Elite.
Yeah, because the...
But in terms of double deckers, I would say Astromegas have got the crown for that. The Astromegas are better than Panoramas. And Panoramas are better than the Volvo 9700.
I definitely wouldn't have a 9700 DD if I was a bus on there.
Yeah, nice coaches, but
I wouldn't order them personally.
Yeah.
I'd hope it means
I would order maybe a few, a spare. Maybe.
No, I wouldn't even do that.
But you know, it's like all these new things just don't have the hype. One of these are new, but they're good. Like the double decker U-turns, nice looking on the outside. A bit funny, but no. So I think Astromega, then Panorama, then the Volvo 9700. Astromegas are the Panorama.
It's just anything built by Volvo. It's just
Apart from the streetlight.
I mean, Interdec.
And Interdec.
It's just anything built by Volvo. It's just pure class.
It is.
Apart from Interdec.
Yeah. But Van Hill hit the mark when it came to the Astromega.
Yeah.
The grunt sounds so nostalgic. They've always been for me, man.
G92 wasn't that frequent, right? It was only like
G92 was my
journeys a day.
Yeah. You occasionally see them on an M8. On an M92. Never an M9
Yeah.
though. think the driver was saying that about 300 MMCs might get replaced by these if they are
Possible.
in a suitable replacement.
Yeah, definitely got a suitable replacement in these.
Will be long gone before these get considered vintage. That's just something else.
See, I need to send this to Big Stevie so I can show him this.
I want you. Watch, I just like, yo. You like to sit back. I don't know why. Kyle, you know how I'm your neighbour and like, oh yeah. I'm Kyle's neighbour and look at Minecraft.
Yeah, but you can't roll in. Somebody's
Shut up. Sit. Guys, I'm real rich right now. 45 cents. Oh, they've changed it. What they've used it instead. You didn't get that arm. Hi, Leo's mom. Hi, Leo's mom's screaming. Anyone got any drink? I have a drink. I mean, it's quiet lemonade with this. Mate, don't get a stick after us, mind the hand back and kick us properly. Mind that time we don't kick. Aye. Why was you got boss more on this list? And the girls even sitting down. Don't get right. Every GMB bus across all the Clinton's seen that, huh? Who's you? Well, I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take this one. Oh, you. Oh, you. What up? Oh, you. Oh, you. Willie. You're not fucking game. Good boy.
Bye.
He's so scared of me, mate. He's so scared.
Why the fuck is it? He's always got a bag with nothing in it.
I don't know. Not remember when you got hit on
I give that bag. I'm going to get a haircut on Friday when I get my money, and I'm going to buy a fucking, what about a hot cube? A hot cube, isn't it? Quick drive. £30. If you came up to me now, you give me a snap. I said, it was your first time back, I need £30 for a first time. So if you want to do it, it's good, yeah, I'll tell you. There's Tyler's watch.
What? Hey. Oh, hey, Nate. Hey, Nate. I was like, actually, so, right. What did you do? It seems like every human sideways last night. This could show because of the beat, but I'm quite sure.
What's this? I went in a shower, I washed all my body. Look my fingernails.
How was ours to me?
I don't even touch it, but I just fucking
I don't know. Fucking, yeah, fucking pick up a drink. No, check my arm now. All dead clean. Pick up the drink again.
So you have to take my nails off, go back. Check that out. Wait, who's young Scott? Is he my last? I've got to say like top 4 first man.
Well, wait, man.
What plan?
Mate, I'm fucking roasted, man. These horses are all.
Guys, when we get to the house, we've got to get up back to get my land down forever. Aye, and you always have to kick the body fucking knee. Joke's on you, Jacob. I'm buying it, keep it up. Well, I've got the speaker for tunes. Oh, aye, you got a speaker? Aye, fair enough. Wait, why the fuck did it take so long to hit the hook? You don't stop cards, you credit cards and all that. That's PDB, brother.
Meet the friend group.
Where's Keegan? Keegan. Oh, you're back. Who's that friend group?
You, it's got a die, it's got a die. It's got a die, but you're in the water.
You want Mojo Cash?
Guys, I'm keeping your last fucking minute. See when we leave from the doors, what is it, what goes? It's like, can you get on a first of all, right? I'll train you on goal, right? It goes to what goal, it's still training, it goes back to hours. I fucking train, what I do. Yes, sit on the train for something like that, it goes back and forward. I was doing it yesterday, I was
I'm running through the wind, right? And then I was going to shoot, right? You see that, right? I look up, I'm going to shoot. Then I see the other shooter, right? And then I just keep running.
that team were dirty bastards.
Then I just make the other shooter, right? I just think, right there, right? So I'm just making the keeper, right? Last minute.
Get off the section.
I was about to then.
Get off here.
I like joke my
Get off here.
No,
Oh yeah, Martha.
No, I passed was the right option.
Guys, check me out. Bet you can't do this in. Alex, my back.
Oh shit,
My phone can.
I mean, that's
No, your
done.
phone must be. Who's that?
She was stuck in the middle, but she couldn't decide whether she wanted to reverse it or she couldn't press the reverse gear. I was ready for that car, so
I think Christ will be rid of that. Sure, and arseholes. I just feel sorry for those that are getting on the train with that lot.
usually 9 times out of 10 I'm lucky, so I think this is party animals or whatever. They're usually the carriage next to us. So I don't usually
Did you hear them? Did you hear them making some remarks about us?
us.
No, me and Victor are saying he's got bigger tits than I'm not. I was actually about to turn him about from them. Well,
didn't see
not
that, I
quite,
didn't-
but say it to my face.
I didn't even say that.
Maybe I misheard. Yeah, I know I'm about 4 stone overweight, but
I asked if we got into the bus station on the way back.
I don't know. It's,
I would still take that clip, so. Take this if you want, I'll take the clip. Oh, I never thought I'd be back here again.
no, did I?
We love this place. But
I'm definitely doing a review tonight.
that those temporary traffic lights were green for a couple of seconds and went back to red, and everyone started going on the red.
I'm wondering if they're working properly.
I think so. What would you rather have, this or that?
Tough call.
I would have that.
If you want to drive one of the Penzance, I'll drive the other and then we'll swap halfway over and see what it's like.
Yeah, it's not nice buses. Mind you, Silver Brothers is out the same.
True. You probably gather that if anyone says anything about you or me, I do actually get quite annoyed about that.
There is something about you.
Understandable.
I know, just choose to ignore them.
You know what they say? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt. Oh, hi folks, it's the Gallivant here. Hey, apologies on that route for any foul language that you picked up from some of these youngsters, and I will also apologise for saying the S word on there, but I thought they said something personal about me. But if they did, they did. You know, that's what it is. I wouldn't physically hurt them or anything like that. I would just probably just say to them, look, just quit with the personal remarks, you know, enough's enough. So, next one, I enjoyed it. Would I do it again? If I was taxiing to Hamilton to do a local route, like transferring there to do a local route, yes, I would. I would definitely use it.
Longer than you thought.
Yeah, Aaron's right. It was a bit longer than we thought.
Not bad, not bad route.
But I would definitely use that over, say, an X7400X, that's for sure. Anyway, we're now about to go and do the X10 to Stirling, which is going to be 1 hour 55. So we're just basically doing the same again. I'll might start doing this more often. I might start giving little thoughts on how I thought the routes were. I'll be doing a review tonight, but obviously by the time this goes up on the channel, the review will have been done. So, yep, let's see how we get on next time.